Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechWit Solutions, and I want to talk to you about a hard money loan that we just closed on, and I had the opportunity to do this with Lenny Behe, who's part of Realty Executives. In this video, I funded this house for $270,000, and pretty much I'm just the hard money lender, so therefore I make an interest rate at this point. It's 12% a year annualized. I'm gonna have Nic Palldino, who's actually part of Lenny's Realty Executives team, break down this deal and how we're trying to take a very similar approach to a house flip we're doing on our own. So make sure that if you're someone that's just getting started in real estate, you click the first link down below to subscribe to Nic's YouTube channel.
So this is a house that Lenny actually just closed on. I think it was yesterday. He actually sold it for $367,000, which gave him a $96,000 margin, which is absolutely incredible. We're trying to do a very, very similar approach to our house in Mesa. So we're actually gonna we're actually gonna drive over there right now, and I'm gonna show you guys some of the work that we're doing on that.
All right, Nic, you wanna talk about what has been done so far to this house?
Yeah, I don't even remember. It's been a while since you guys have been back. I think we were tearing down the walls and doing demo on it, so we obviously did exterior paint. If you guys, I don't know if it was already done. That was one of the first things we did because we were just trying to get everything moving. Painted the garage door. We didn't do really anything with the landscaping besides just clean it up a little bit. Obviously, we need to do a little cleanup before we go and list it with the leaves and stuff, but that'll be super simple. There's been a lot of darker accents lately, so we actually went with a darker door. It's like an off black. It's iron ore is what it's called. We're gonna change all the hardware, so it's not gonna be gold, obviously, but welcome in. Oh, you guys will see some of the updates immediately. Still in the rebuild process, obviously. There's so much more that we have to do to it, but I believe last time you guys were here, there's still maybe some beams here, so we actually threw a support beam up, we drywalled everything off, and now the next step's basically paint, flooring, countertops, all the appliances and stuff will get installed. We had to run electrical through here because this island was never here before, so we had to run electrical to get a stove in there, which is all done now. So now we're gonna do paint, I think is the next step. And yeah, we're gonna start building up. I'm excited. This is the flooring we chose. It's an older demographic that's most likely gonna buy this place, so we went with more of like a brownish undertone on everything. I think it's gonna look really good, and I think it's gonna appeal to that demographic a little bit more than the darker grays and whites that a lot of people have been doing as well. So we're excited to see this flooring go in. Another thing, this is actually one of the most exciting things, is Ricky didn't even know that we did this, but we actually put a doorway into this drywall right here, and we're gonna get some ducting into this laundry room right here, and this is an additional 150 square feet that once we get heating and cooling in here, we can actually consider it to be square footage at the house. So if this house goes for probably right around $200 a square foot, I'm guessing, an additional 150 square feet times 200 per square feet, it's probably gonna be an additional $20,000 that we can potentially get out of the property just for getting some ducting in here and opening up this doorway. We obviously need to do a lot of work in here still. The flooring is completely different, but everything's level, so we'll just be able to streamline it all the way through. What else do we got? Nothing over here.
Looks like this was cleaned up.
Yeah, right. So that used to be a sliding door. I don't remember how much you guys remember that.
Yeah.
We actually had some problems with these. The cabinet guy actually mismeasured some things, so we have 2 extra that I'm gonna hopefully return. So that's something that is on our priority list right now because it was his fault that he actually messed up some of the measurements. So these are 2 extra. We're gonna take back and hopefully get a couple $100 back into the budget here. And then this wall right here, you guys remember this?
Yep.
This used to be a Jack and Jill bathroom. But we're gonna make that far bedroom a master, so we closed it off, and this is a separate bedroom right here that is gonna have access to the guest bathroom, and then the master on the other side of this wall is gonna have their own bathroom, which I think will be really nice. Nothing in here. The rooms we literally haven't done anything to. We don't really plan on it. It's a good, the good thing with rooms is you can keep it very simple. So we're just gonna throw a carpet in there. We're gonna throw a little light in there. Obviously paint it. And we're just gonna keep it super, super simple. We're trying to spend all of our money in the bathrooms, the kitchen, and in the living room as well. So New countertops. We're gonna get rid of these. So we're gonna put a strip light over here. Because these are just super outdated, but we also got some new electrical in here as well because there was never any outlets in here before. I remember mentioning that. The tile we chose.
Let us know in the comments section what you guys think about the tile. So it's a little bit, not of a dark gray, not of a lighter gray, but it almost gives it this like marble look if the camera focuses. So let us know. Again, we are going for an older demographic. This is a tub when it comes down to like the base, and then that color for the tile on the wall. Do you want to show them the master?
Yeah, I always recommend leaving a tub, at least one tub in every house, because it could, if people have kids and stuff, it's always nice to have at least one. Yep. And we actually converted this tub into a walk-in shower, so you can go in, it's on the smaller side. So this is where a lot of our budget went in terms of bathroom renovations. We had our guy Tony do this for us. Super nice. And that was the door that I was referring to on the other side. So now we have a lot more wall space. And we're gonna put this cabinet in there once it's done. And what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, all these sliding doors right here, we're gonna actually do, to save space, we're doing barn doors. So it's gonna be a sliding barn door, which I think will look a lot better. And then it'll be able to utilize space a little bit better than actually like a pull-out door.
And can I ask you, just for everyone watching right now, why in comparison to every other house flip that we've done with just normal doors did you decide on this one to go with the barn doors?
Because we're trying to get top dollar for this one, so there's a lot of things that we spent a little bit more money on than what we normally do. I also think we're transforming this house a little bit more than the previous houses we've done in terms of like the layout. So taking out this doorway, I think closed up this bathroom a little bit more. So I think the barn door is just going to give it a little bit more space and feel. So that's another reason why we did that. And then, like I said, we're trying to get top dollar for this. So every little like really nice thing that stands out will really help the purchase price of this property.
One of my takeaways from this is a lot of the houses that we've done before have been first-time home buyers, and like you said, this is definitely for an older crowd. Most likely someone's going to retire on.
Yeah.
So those big takeaways is what Nick and I call them when someone's walking through the house. What are some takeaways that can be that make it or break it for them?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like to spend a lot of money on the hardware and stuff like that too. As stupid as that sounds, when you're touring a house, like to spend an extra $20 on a door handle that they're gonna touch, it just helps so much more. So like we're gonna spend a little bit more money on stuff like that because when they walk through the house, they're gonna touch that every single day. So like they wanna have like a nicer feel to it. And then this is my favorite part, opening up this house completely transformed everything. It looks so much bigger now, especially with that laundry room that's now gonna be accessible through. Before that, the only way to get to the laundry room was through the garage, and you actually had to step down. And it was just, I thought like it was just kind of an inconvenience for someone to have to do that, especially if you're older, to step down with your laundry and stuff. So to actually just be able to simply blow out a door into that wall there's all drywall. It was super simple. We had our handyman do it for about $200, framed it and everything. So that's going to be able to add to the square footage and just make it a lot easier.
When it comes down to currently where we're at with the house, right? This is definitely the biggest project that, when I say we, it's really Nick that has been managing this entire thing and facilitating it with all the different contractors. When it comes down to our average spend of about $15,000 to $16,000 in renovations, where are we at right now? We estimated to spend about $40,000 to $45,000. Where are we at right now when it comes down to, are we still on track to spend that much?
Yeah, so we're gonna be on the higher end of our $40,000 budget. I think we're probably gonna end $43,000 to $44,000 of that budget, which I'm actually happy with because when we first did this budget, we didn't plan on blowing out that entire wall. We decided on running this flooring throughout that square footage as well. So just that alone is gonna add an additional $2,500 to our renovation budget. There's also some hiccups we ran into. Cabinets were a little bit more expensive than what we thought, and there's some smaller things as well. So for us to stay within that original budget, obviously a little bit higher, but I'm really happy with that. We're probably $32,000 in right now, including all the paint on the interior, which is, we got a great deal on it. We got about $1 a square foot on that. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully finish right around budget, and that'll leave us a decent margin. Hopefully this will probably be the biggest project takeaway that we've gotten in terms of our profits on it too. Obviously, the more work you put on a house, the more profit you're gonna wanna have, just because it's a higher risk. This is a much higher risk than the other houses we've done before, so the payoff has to be there for us.
And one of the things that I want to make sure that you guys understand is, again, our schedule or estimated repairs were supposed to be $40,000. Nic went ahead and when he took into consideration, well, if you were to add that extra square footage when it comes down to that laundry room and being able to properly duct it so we can actually use that extra square footage on the price per square foot, based off of current comps, he said that that would add an additional $20,000. So if you guys do the math, it all comes down to opportunity cost. So adding that extra square footage, costing an additional, right? We were estimated to spend about $40,000. Now we're closer to spend an additional $2,500 to $3,000. So for an extra $3,000 investment to make an additional potentially $20,000, that is in a sense, I think, the mindset that Nic had. And let us know down below, do you think that that was the right choice to make? As well as, this is a conversation that Nic and I even had earlier today at the gym, where we were trying to decide what sink to go with, a traditional metallic sink or this black sink that would look really nice with the granite countertop, and of course all the different appliances that we have that are a little bit of a higher level. And one of the things that we just simply said is, we want to make sure that we understand our demographic. This is not a first-time home buyer where they're just trying to buy anything just because they could afford it. People are most likely going to retire here, and with that being said, they're more likely to spend more money when it comes down to, you know, the things that they actually want in these houses, when it comes down to those doors, when it comes down to those appliances, and when it comes down to, of course, having that accessible laundry room. So let us know in the comment section, do you think that we're making the right choice by spending a little bit more money for the specific demographic that we are now applying to on this specific house flip?
Yeah, I mean, doing your research on the demographic, on who your home buyer or who your end buyer is going to be is huge. Just the statistics in this specific neighborhood right here, a lot of these homeowners around here are original homeowners from like the 50s and 60s, so we knew that we're probably going to get an older demographic, and we use that to our advantage, just kind of doing a little bit of due diligence on that before we actually bought the property. So yeah, but besides running your numbers, it's also important to really figure out who your end buyer is going to be and tailor some of your finishes and your renovations towards that specifically.
All right, guys, so if you guys have any questions, one of the things that I wanted to do is, if you guys think that Nic and I should do a Q&A, if you're an absolute beginner and you've ever wanted to get started investing in real estate or even buying your first house, post those comments down below. If this video gets over 1,000 likes, we'd love to make a follow-up video. We can upload a new video on my channel as well as on Nic's channel. If you guys haven't checked him out, he has a brand new channel when it comes down to real estate content. It's the first link down below, so make sure you subscribe to him. And yes, he does answer all of your questions. Anything else you want to say?
No, that was it. I appreciate you guys watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
And yeah, like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.
See you guys.